Sorry, guys. I guess
So how'd that feel?
spring game. It was good. It was good. I think the offense looked really well. We showed what we can do and what we accomplished to this point. We still, like I said, out there we made some mistakes, but it shows how much more we can grow as an offense. So I think I honestly believe we can be the #1 offense in the country as long as we set our minds to it and just get better each and every day. So these next 3 months we got to grind even harder than we did what we were doing before. So it's just a continuous grind, and we just got to keep going and get better. And I know we can just be the best offense in the country.
How do you feel about not naming a starter, waiting until August?
I'm fine with it. Like I said, that's not a worry about mine and anything. I came out this spring just trying to get better and just showing what I can do. So when the decision is made, it'll be made, and hopefully my name will be called. We all came here for a reason, but I'm just trying to get better each and every day. So just like all of us.
Do you think it generates more competition during the off season?
Excuse me?
Do you think it generates more competition during the off season?
Yeah. Like I said, competition is it brings out the best in anybody. So even that decision, it just I wouldn't say it creates more competition, just because we always compete. We're always competitors. We're always trying to be #1. So we're always gonna be sitting out there grinding every day. But like I said, every day we'll be out there, and the competition will always be there. So we'll always be trying to get that much better.
To get the first reps today, what that mean to you?
To be honest, it was a hat pick. So it was cool. I was happy. You know what I'm saying?
It was literally drawn from a hat, they told you?
I think he just picked it out of his pocket. He was like, "Great." And I was like, "Cool." So it was fun. It was cool. I was happy to go out there with him and show what we can do. And we got to start it the right way. So just got to keep continuing.
Last year in the pistol offense, it was so methodical. It was like run, pass, run, pass. Always using the run to set up a deep pass.
Yeah.
Today it seemed like you guys were throwing short and then throwing long and really kind of playing with the defense a little bit. Sort of feel a little opened up today?
Yeah, that's why I love the spread offense, just because, the goal of the offense is to create one-on-one situations. And so, as you see out there, we're spreading people out and having people go and fly all over the place. So like I said, it's a fun offense to run. It gets people in open space. You just dish the ball off, and, they can take it 99 yards. As you saw in the 2-minute drive, when you just dish the ball off to Manfred, he takes it for 80 yards. It just creates open space. It's a fun offense.
But is there any disappointment that you're not getting an announcement of who's going to be the starting quarterback?
No, not at all. To be honest, I'm not. To be honest, truly, I'm really not worried about any of that. My goal is just to try to get better. I made mistakes out here. I'm not even going to, front the interception over there. Every day I'm just going to try to get better. I'm going to go on Monday, work out the film and look at it and just try to get better. So all of that stuff, I'm really not worried about it. I'm just going to keep trying to get better and hopefully win the starting quarterback job, whenever they make the announcements.
That's a little motivation.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, even if I did get named it'd still be that drive there. Just not, now it's like to try to get the quarterback job. But, once you get it, then it's the drive of, I got it. Now I got to make sure I don't let my team down. So you just got to keep working. And even if there were to name a starter today, I'd still have the same drive and motivation that I came here with and have now to try to get it. Because, I don't want to let down the team. And, you always try to be the best you can be so you can lead the team to, hopefully a Rose Bowl national championship. So, the motivation will always be there.
In your mind, have you done enough to win the job?
I couldn't tell you. Like I said, I came out and competed every day, and that's up to the coaches to decide.
How do you feel the offense has grasped the new offense?
How am I?
Or the entire offense?
Okay. As a group.
As a group.
I think we grasped it actually really well. Like I said, everybody makes mistakes, so we're still making a little bit of mistakes, but out there, we had a real good showing of how the offense can be when we have it right. So, like I said, we're just gonna try to get better each and every day. And I think right now we sort of have a good grasp on it. We just, once we get a coaching grasping on it, then it's lights out.
How about yourself?
I think I have a pretty good offense, grasping on the offense as well. Now you just got to get into the more detail, stuff. As when defense give you this, check out to that. But like I said, every there's always things to learn and always ways to get better. So we're always trying to.
How much fun was today for you and the other quarterbacks?
It was fun. Yeah, it was real fun. Like I said, we all came out. Coach Mazzoni told us just have fun today. That's what we did. We came out and just tried to light up the scoreboard. So it was a fun offense. It was a fun day today. It was perfect weather. It was a fun day all over in itself. I'm happy to be here.
Did you call some plays today?
Yeah, actually we did. Me and Jerry actually got to call Faithful's plays. So it was pretty cool. I told him.
So wait, I can't remember how he did. How did he do?
He did good. The ending. We can fix it, but you know what I'm saying.
He's coordinator now.
We're coaching here. We're coaching here. But like I said, him and TJ are going to be great quarterbacks. I promise you guys. They work extremely hard, and that's why I say we called the plays, and I asked him what he wanted, but we may not have won the bet, But you know, it's going to be they're going to be great quarterbacks.
So what was the bet?
It was like which one? It was overtime at the end. So whoever scored basically. So that was basically it.
Your chest bump after your first touchdown. I don't know if you remembered it. I think it was Tyler Scott and someone else. You guys all fell.
Yeah, oh yeah, I jumped on him and like I jumped on Cody awkwardly, and then like he fell and Tyler fell, and then I fell on top of him. So you know what I'm saying?
There's going to be a few more of those.
Yeah, it was an epic failure as the chest bump, but you know we really learned, and you know we'll get like a handshake on next time or something like that.
Thanks, Brad.
No problem. Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys.